My name is Krishna. I'm having 15 plus years of experience, out of which I would say I have 10 plus years of experience on EBS and 5 years experience on Fusion. From the last 5 years, I'm working on the Fusion implementations itself. So far, I have completed 4 implementations. Right now, I'm working on the 5th implementation. And coming to my modules expertise, I'm supply chain and manufacturing consultant. And in Fusion, I completed implementations on supply chain management. We worked on O2C and P2P implementations in Fusion. Okay, but manufacturing experience I have in EBS. And coming to my training experience, I have I'm into the trainings from 2012 onwards. From last 8 years, I'm into the trainings. I completed 53 batches in EBS, 53 batches, and in Fusion I completed 29 batches. Right now 30th batch is running, and your batch is going to be 31st batch. Okay, that is about my training experience and professional experience. And as part of this demo, we'll be learning the supply chain management models and as well as the procurement suite, both these areas. Okay, supply chain management and procurement. So let us talk about the agenda. So most of you know what is about Fusion, why we need Fusion, what is the innovation for Fusion. Most of you know, but again, quickly I'll give a glance on this again. And when you talk about Fusion, we should talk about cloud. We should talk about cloud. So what is the difference between on-premise and cloud? I'll explain you. Because why people has to prefer Fusion. The people has to prefer Fusion means they're preferring the cloud solution. Okay, how the cloud solution is benefited from the on-premise, we'll cover. And then what are the releases? What are the Fusion releases? Okay, by release, Oracle is improving the functionalities of the application as well as the models of the application. Okay, let us take an example. From 19B, process manufacturing is available. From our release 1319B, process manufacturing is available, OPM is available. Okay, so like that, what are the models that are available by each release, and what are the enhancements that have come under each release? We'll discuss in this slide. And then if you talk about Fusion, we should talk about what is SaaS. Okay, and also what are the models that I'm going to cover as part of this course. And before that, I have one more slide to cover how the look and feel of the application will be for the business users, and it will be for the IT consultants like us. Okay, I'll also show you some sample home pages screenshots. And as part of this course, what are the models that I'm going to cover? We'll also discuss that. And how this Fusion applications will be benefited to the customers to adopt. Okay, and why you have to choose us and why not others? We'll also discuss that. Okay, and let's go to the first point. What is the innovation for Fusion? And some of you are already from PeopleSoft background. So if you talk about Oracle acquires, if you talk about Oracle recently acquired PeopleSoft, and Oracle acquired JD Edwards also, and Oracle acquired Siebel CRM, and Oracle acquired Hyperion. Okay, the PeopleSoft is famous for HRMS, JD Edwards is famous for order management and procurement solution, and then Siebel is famous for CRM, and Hyperion is famous for reporting. So even though Oracle has acquired these products, even though Oracle has acquired this product, even the customers are still preferring to buy PeopleSoft HRMS instead of Oracle HRMS. Okay, and the JD Edwards instead of Oracle EBS. So that's the reason Oracle decided, since all these ERP applications are best among one or two area, why don't I mix all these applications and I build a new ERP application? Why don't I mix all these applications and build a new ERP application? If you ask me technically, the best data models of these applications are taken into Fusion applications. Okay, the best data models are taken into Fusion applications. So that's why Fusion applications is called as a hybrid product. It's a hybrid product because financials has taken from Oracle EBS and HRMS has taken from PeopleSoft, and then order management and procurement has taken from the order management, especially has taken from the JD Edwards. That's why Fusion applications is called as a hybrid product. Okay, because it's a mix of all these ERP applications which is acquired by Oracle. Okay, and when you talk about Fusion, we should definitely talk about definitely talk about the cloud. Okay, what is meant by cloud? Okay, when you talk about the cloud, first we'll talk about on-premise. What is meant by on-premise? On-premise is nothing but you'll be maintaining your own server, you'll be purchasing your own hardware, and in that hardware, in that server, you're going to install the application. Okay, and you'll be managing your server, you'll be managing your application, and you'll also responsible for providing the security to your server. Okay, so everything is with you. Okay, one disadvantage of one major, give me a second, Sandeep, can you please mute yourself? Thank you. One disadvantage of this on-premise is capital expenditure and operational expenditure are more here. Capital expenditure is nothing but you have to buy the hardware. You have to buy the hardware. Okay, and for that you have to spend an amount that is nothing but capital expenditure. What is meant by operational expenditure? So you have to maintain DBS, you have to maintain network team. Okay, you have to, that is nothing but operational cost. You have to make the salaries to them, you have to pay the salaries to them. So those are the disadvantages of on-premise. But what is the advantage of the on-premise? The advantage is the flexibility. Whenever you wanted to apply any change to the server, okay, you want to apply a patch or for a bug, or you want to take it to downtime, or you want to refresh or anything, okay, the flexibility is there. Whenever you wanted to do anything on your server, you can do it on the fly. Okay, that flexibility is there. Okay, but because of that flexibility, we are investing a lot of amount here. Because why I'm keeping more time here, because the most of the clients are coming to the cloud because of to avoid this operational expenditure and capital expenditure. To avoid operational expenditure and capital expenditure, clients are coming to the cloud. Clients are coming to the Fusion applications to avoid this cost. Okay, because while we are doing the implementations, we asked IT directors. Okay, why there is a solution called Oracle EBS and Fusion is there, why you are preferring to the Fusion? Then they told me clearly, we are comparing the cost with Oracle EBS to Oracle Fusion. Whichever the cost is less, we would like to prefer that product. Okay, because when you compare on the costing wise, Oracle Fusion applications is very less, because operational expenditure is no more. Operational expenditure, capital expenditure is also no more. You need not to buy a hardware, you need not to invest, you need not to pay salaries to your employees, nothing but you need to, you need not to have DBS, you need not to have a network team in case of on-premise, in case of cloud. Okay, that is the more advantage for the clients to come to the cloud solution. Okay, when they come to the client cloud solution, we need to talk about two things: public cloud and private cloud. Public cloud and private cloud. Okay, private cloud is nothing but you have a dedicated data center. Okay, a data center is dedicated for you. A dedicated data center is available for you. In case of private cloud, what is public cloud? Public cloud is a shared data center. Okay, so we have heard about these two terminologies in our general life also. Okay, if you take any website, suppose if you are having your own website, you can host your website in a private space, or you can host your website in a public space also. What is the difference? The difference is more security here. The more security here in case of private. Okay, but again, the clients preferring for the private cloud is mostly the banking clients or financial related clients. Okay, because for them their data is really important. Such kind of clients, they prefer for the private cloud, but rest of the clients are preferring the public cloud only. Okay,
Krishna, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you mentioned one point saying that the operation expenses will be reduced because
Yes.
of moving the cloud.
Yes.
I support on that, but tell me something, did companies or anybody think about the cumulative expenses which they're going to incur over the 5 years or 10 years in the round of subscription which they're paying? Because for each and everything, the Oracle collects as a subscription fee. It could be an integration or it could be anything. So So if you consolidate all those things, will that be more or lesser compared to the operation expenses?
When you talk about integrations, without having the PaaS license, also we can perform integrations without buying a single license from the PaaS side. We can perform integrations. We did for okay. So that is that discussion is a little bit more. So we will spend some time at the end for the discussion. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Kiran.
Yep. Fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm talking about public cloud and private cloud. So private cloud is nothing but a dedicated data center is available for you, and then public cloud is nothing but you'll be hosted on the shared data center. Okay. And not only, suppose even though you don't want to maintain your data in the data centers, you wanted to have a dedicated server like on premise. Still, the cloud is having Oracle is having one option for us, that is nothing but clouded customer. This option is nothing but clouded customer. Okay, it's similar to on premise only. It's similar to on premise only. Okay, you'll be having your server within your network firewall, okay, but which will be managed by Oracle, okay. Why Oracle has to manage is Oracle is going to apply patches automatically. Okay, if one customer reported one issue, if that issue is generic and which is applicable to all the customers, then immediately Oracle will be applying that fix into every customer server. It is not like EBS, or it is not like other product. In case of EBS or other products, suppose if you are identifying the issue and you will be having a fix on that issue, what about other customers? Until unless other customers faces the same issue again, they need to have a fix. But in Fusion, if one customer faces any issue, if that is applicable to all the customers, then automatically Oracle will be applying a fix to all the customers. Okay, if it is important, it will apply immediately during the weekend. Okay, if it is not critical, then it will apply during the quarterly upgrade. That can be anything. It can be new features or new enhancements or bug fixing. Anything will be done by Oracle itself. Okay, that's the reason Oracle would like to control the application. Okay, because that is for the advantage for the customers itself. The advantage is for the customers itself, because automatically your bugs are getting fixed and automatically new functionalities are coming to the application. New enhancements are automatically coming into the application. It is advantage for the customers. Okay, and Kiran, if you ask me again here, in case of EBS, let us take you're finding a bug. Okay, you have to create Oracle SR and you have to take the solution from them. You have to deploy in the down environment. Okay, you have to do the regression testing and then take the approvals and then move to the production. Okay, but in Fusion, Oracle will take care of that. Suppose if you report that issue to Oracle, or what Oracle is going to do is Oracle will do the internal testing. Oracle is going to fix it internally. If it is fixed properly, then it will apply into each and every customer environment. Okay, if you're identifying the bug means that will be fixed to everybody. Okay, and also new features. Suppose if you want any new features, you have to manually upgrade your application in case of EBS. But in Fusion, that will be automatically available to you. It's a quarterly upgrade. All the new features and functionalities automatically applies to you. You need not to worry that you are on the lower version of the environment. You need not to worry because you are always at the latest version. Okay, but this solution coming to this. Yeah, please.
Yeah, so the challenge for the Oracle would be because all customers would be having a different calendar, suppose. So maybe their quarters are different in suppose in US, UK,
Got
or
it.
in China. So how they will do, or maybe as a solution provider, how will you approach those kind of things?
So you mean to say how the quarterly upgrade will happen, right?
Yeah, any upgrade if it is applicable. I know that the product related things are not very frequent, but if it is applied, maybe patch or something, and it need a bouncing or maybe break for some time on the business. So how that upgrade would take place? Is it so fast that it doesn't affect the business? Because US would have a different calendar, Japan and
Yeah.
China, they
Yes.
would have a different calendar, right?
Yes. Yeah. That will be automatically taken care by Oracle itself. Okay, because I didn't face this kind of situation because we didn't explicitly handle it. Oracle is internally handled. Okay, this is something which is generic. Okay, most of the clients are in different calendars, so their fix is also based on that only. Okay, they might be writing the code according to the calendar itself. Okay, so this is something has to be handled in the calendar, in the code itself. Suppose this is, if their calendar is from January to December, this is how the fix should be applied. If their calendar is from March to April, this is how the fix should be applied. That is handled by Oracle itself
Okay.
in the code itself. Okay, we need not to do anything explicitly because
Okay.
these are the things has to be considered when the fix is given by Oracle. Okay, because it is a fix which is applicable to all the customers. All the customers is nothing but all the customers' business may be different. Okay, the way of the application configuration and the way of operations are going to be different. Okay, Oracle will take care of it. Fine.
So
Yes. Yes.
this is Mahesh here.
Tell me, Mahesh.
I have request for everyone actually. I know this is going to be just an introductory lecture. There would be hundreds of questions actually. So just to speed up this lecture, actually, let us keep the questions written somewhere, and then we can ask in the end actually.
That is also better idea because one-to-one questions, as I said, one-to-one questions we can.
Yeah, since it's a new software for everyone, there obviously there would be hundreds of questions. Actually, I totally understand that.
Okay, so we'll take the questions at the end. If something is really critical, you can ask me. Okay. Okay, team. So these are the deployment options which are available on the Fusion. And next, come to the releases. Okay, I'm also keeping all the releases here because I would like to tell you that initially before release 9, we don't have an order management here. We don't have an order management. Only financials and P2P is available. Only financials and P2P. Okay. If you take Oracle EBS also, Oracle EBS is from 1980. From 1980. Initially, Oracle EBS started with Oracle financials. And then later it has grown his wings to 270 plus modules. 270 plus modules. Now Oracle EBS is offering 270 plus modules. In the similar way, Oracle Fusion applications also started with HCM solution. HCM, nothing but HRMS, Human Capital Management. So initially in the Fusion applications, only HCM is available. Only HCM is available. Okay. By release 9, HCM, financials, and procurement are available by release 9. Okay. And by release 13, HCM, financials, order management is also available by release 13. Okay. And right now, discrete manufacturing is available, planning central is available, process manufacturing is available, and other modules also like project portfolio management, which is called as a project accounting, GRC, government risk and compliances. Other modules also available, but I'm talking about major modules. I'm talking about our modules. Okay. Initially started with HCM, and by R9, HCM, financials, and procurement is available. By release 13, order management is also available. Discrete manufacturing available, process manufacturing is available, planning central is available in the future. Okay. And what is this version? Okay. So if you open the application, the version is going to look like this way. Okay. Release 13 20A. 20 is nothing but 2020. A is nothing but first quarter. Okay. That means always your version, your application is on the latest version. Automatically Oracle will take you to the latest version, 20A. Next version is 20B. Next version is 20C, and then 20D. Okay. And also, what is this release 13? As per Oracle, we are in the 13th generation as per Oracle. Okay, what is our human generation is 21st generation, right? In the similar way, Oracle is also having the generations. Oracle is also having the generations. Right now, all the Oracle products are in 12th generation and Oracle moving towards the 13th generation. Okay, that's why if you take Oracle EBS, it is in the release 12. If you take Oracle database, it is 12C. It is 12C. What are the earlier versions? Oracle 11i, Oracle 11G. That means Oracle is also having generations. Okay, earlier Oracle is into 11th generation and right now in the 12th generation and moving towards the 13th generation. Moving towards the 13th generation. Okay, already Fusion applications is in the 13th generation itself. In the similar way, Oracle EBS also will come to the 13th generation. Oracle database also come to the 13th generation. Oracle Java also come to the 13th generations. Okay, so these are the versions of the Fusion applications and the generations of the Oracle. Okay, and here you see version. This is the old way of the representation of the version. This is the old way. Okay, but the new way is going to look like this. Okay, what is meant by this 11? The first digit is nothing but Oracle Fusion applications development has started in the release 11. Oracle Fusion applications development started in the 11th generation, nothing but that's why it started with 11. Okay, and in the older version, if you have to concentrate on the third digit. The third digit is nothing but the actual version. Okay, 11th generation and release 11. But right now in the application, this is how it looks like: 11th generation, release 13.20a application. Okay. And when you talk about Fusion, we should also talk about what is SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. What is SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS? As of now, we are calling ourselves as a functional consultant, technical consultant, and DBA consultant. But in the future, we'll be called as a SaaS consultant. SaaS consultant is nothing but functional consultant. PaaS consultant is nothing but technical consultant. IaaS is nothing but DBA consultants. Okay. Anyway, IaaS is from the Oracle side itself. Okay, because we are not maintaining the server, so all the DBAs will be from the Oracle side itself. Okay, but in the companies you will see SaaS consultant and PaaS consultants. Okay, so SaaS consultant is a functional consultant, PaaS consultant is a technical consultant. Okay, and in case of PaaS, again, I would like to differentiate here. So far we are calling as a technical consultant. In the future, you will be called as a PaaS consultant. In the PaaS consultant also, I would like to segregate like this: reporting consultant and integration consultant. Reporting consultant and integration consultant. Okay. If you talk about a company called Apps Associates, they have, in the technical, they have two departments. Reporting consultants is one department and integration consultants are in another department. Okay. The technical people are actually divided here: reporting people and then integration people. Okay, and that is about our job spot. Okay, but what is SaaS and PaaS in the services point of view? In the services point of view, suppose software as a service means, I don't want to talk about all these elements because which will kill our time. At a high level, what is software as a service? Software as a service is nothing but if you look at these colors here, everything is managed by Oracle itself. Everything is managed by Oracle itself. Okay, software as a service. And if you take platform as a service, in platform as a service, see here, you can manage your data. You can manage your data. Simply in PaaS, what happens is you can create custom tables. In case of PaaS, you can create custom tables. But in case of software as a service, you cannot create a new tables. You cannot create any custom tables. It's not possible. You cannot write any create statement in SaaS. Only it's a query. Since most of you are technical consultants here, I'm explaining in your shoes. Okay. So here you can just only query the data. You cannot do any creation. You cannot do any alteration. But in case of PaaS, you can create new tables. You can do data validations here. And Oracle has targeted all these three areas in case of Fusion applications. All these three areas Oracle has targeted. In case of EBS, Oracle has not targeted this area. Infrastructure as a service is Oracle has not targeted. But in Fusion, it is targeted all this area because Oracle is selling the modules license as a software as a service, And Oracle is also providing the integrations as a platform as a service. And Oracle is also providing the server side capacity also as a infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. Okay. Now Oracle is earning the profit in all these three areas. Now in case of EBS, if you talk about EBS, if you talk about an example of AT&T and IBM, AT&T application is hosted by IBM. That means who is the infrastructure service provider for AT&T? IBM. IBM is taking care of the servers. AT&T application servers are maintained by IBM. So IBM is the infrastructure provider for AT&T. But here Oracle is the infrastructure provider for all the clients. So Oracle is also earning here. Oracle is also earning in this area, infrastructure as a service. Okay. And then, as I told you, these are the major modules which I have in this slide, already available in Fusion: supply chain management and human capital management, which is nothing but HRMS, financials, and PPM, procurement, and CRM. And then CRM. So right now I'm going to cover these two areas, supply chain and then procurement. In the supply chain management, I'll cover product management, distributor order orchestration, costing, GOP, logistics, shipping. So all these modules I cover except this asset management. What is meant by this asset management? This is nothing but EAM. EAM. Except EAM, I'm going to cover everything. Okay. And coming to procurement also I'm going to cover here. Purchasing I'm going to cover, self-service procurement, sourcing, procurement contracts, supplier portal. Okay, I'm going to cover all these 5 modules. Okay, so since this terminology is new to us, I'll just quickly explain what is these modules. The product management is nothing but here we are going to have item configurations, and here we are going to manage our items. Here we are going to manage our items. In case of EBS, we are going to define our items in the inventory. But in Fusion, we have to define items in the product management. Okay. And what is meant by distributor order orchestration? Do. The do which will be used for the sales orders. So you can compare do with the workflow in EBS. You can compare do with the workflow in EBS. Okay. And what is this GOP? Global order promising. The global order promising is which is used for the sales order scheduling. Global order promising which is used for the sales order scheduling. So according to your demand and supply, we need to schedule the sales order. That will be done through GOP. Okay. Bit of planning is involved here. Okay. And inventory comes here because shipping we do from the inventory, receiving we do from the inventory. So this is, you can say, inventory module. Okay. I'll also cover the costing. Okay. So these are the modules that I'll be covering from the supply chain management. Okay. And coming to procurement, the self-service procurement is nothing but iProcurement in EBS. Self-service procurement. And where we create requisitions, catalog requisition, non-catalog requisition, or a punch out. Okay. And core purchasing, purchase orders, agreements. And then sourcing. Sourcing is nothing but bidding process. We are going to create RFQs here. We negotiate with our suppliers and we identify the best supplier. That will happen from the sourcing module. Procurement contracts. It's a contract between the supplier and the organization. Procurement contracts is a contract between the supplier and the organization. Okay. Procurement contracts, nothing but buy contracts. This is also called as supplier portal. A portal which is given to the suppliers to acknowledge our orders, to respond to our orders. So this also I'll be covering. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 modules. Along with these 10 modules, I'll also cover order management and purchasing. Okay, so totally 12 modules I'm covering as part of this course. Okay. In the offering side, you can see procurement as separate offering and supply chain as a separate offering. But if you talk about implementation side and the requirement side, supply chain management is nothing but it's a combination of procurement also. So we are looking for a supply chain consultant, which means the companies are looking for the supply chain consultant, including procurement. It is not just only supply chain management. You should also have knowledge of the procurement as well. Okay. Even the implementations also. Only in the offering side it has been separated. but the general usage and general requirements and general implementation uses, supply chain is a mix of everything, procurement and all these modules. Okay. And in the next slides, I have individual modules which I'm covering. Again, I'm telling you inventory, product management, order management, GOP, distributor order orchestration, pricing, and costing. This is from the supply chain area. Okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then let's come to the procurement suite. Purchasing, self-service procurement, supplier portal, sourcing, procurement contracts. Here I'm covering 5 modules. Totally 12 modules I'm covering here as part of the course. Both supply chain management offering as well as the procurement offering. Okay. And the major concept that I'm covering as part of this session is, this course is order to cash, return sales order, dropship sales order, back-to-back sales order, transfer order, procure to pay, along with the accounting also. Because I'm also dealing with the costing, right? I'll show you the accounting entries in the costing, along with the accounting entries, not only for procure to pay, I'll also show you the accounting entries for O2C also, order to cash as well. Okay, and all these cycles and the accounting entries I'll be showing on our configurations. I'm not going to use the vision data. I'm not going to use the demo data. Okay, we are going to define our own structure, our own multi-org structure. In Fusion, it is called as enterprise structure. I'm going to have our own legal entities, ledgers, and our own operating units, our own inventory organizations. So all the configurations are created by me. Okay, I'm not going to touch any vision setups or demo data. Okay, so it's a kind of an end-to-end implementation that you'll be doing here. It's kind of end-to-end implementation that you'll be doing here. Only difference is the requirement gathering. Only difference is requirement gathering. Okay, but the application configuration and application building, I'm going to explain you here. Only difference is in the implementation. You have to build the application according to the requirement. Okay, only that requirement exercise is different in real-time implementation. Okay, and then major important topics as part of the course, approvals, because approvals is really robust in Fusion. It's very, very flexible in Fusion. That's why I would like to concentrate more time on the approvals. And then period close process. We don't have inventory periods and we don't have PO periods also in Fusion. Only periods are there in the costing. Okay, which is something different from EBS. And then how to customize the orchestration, nothing but how to customize the workflow. And customer facing documents. So being a technical consultant, you know, right? We need to customize the PO print, nothing but purchase order PDF document. And then commercial invoice. So these are the customer facing documents. So what are the customer facing documents are there where we find a path of those RTF templates and what kind of changes that we can expect from the client in those RTF templates that I'll be covering as part of the course. And what are the seeded reports are there and what are the tables are there, including view tables, interface tables, and base tables. Okay, because this will be useful during the implementation. During the implementation, requirement gathering for the reports also there. Requirement gathering for reports also there. Okay, when you're sitting and when you're discussing with the business, they'll ask you many reports, whether that report is a seeded report or whether that report is a custom report. You should be able to differentiate there. So for that, you should know what are the seeded reports in the application. Okay, so whichever I'm going to discuss as part of this course is purely real-time, purely implementation-based training. This is okay, because whatever the implementations that I've done, that experience I'm going to share with all of you. Okay, and then apart from this, there are some additional concepts are there. Okay, these are also very, very important for the implementations. Suppose let us take data conversion. Data conversion in Fusion, the data conversion will be done using the FBDI. What is meant by FBDI? For your understanding, right now I would like to conclude FBDI is nothing but spreadsheet, nothing but an Excel sheet. Using the Excel sheet, you can upload the data into Fusion applications. But the Excel sheets are predefined by Oracle. Okay, so using that Excel sheets, you can bring any data into Fusion applications. It can be items or open sales orders, open purchase orders, or receipts or ASN or open on hand or price list, customers, suppliers, open invoices, journals, GL balances, everything you can bring into the Fusion applications using those spreadsheets. We need not to spend much time on writing the SQL scripts. We need not to spend much time on writing the SQL scripts, and there is no need for SQL scripts. Using these predefined templates, you can upload any kind of data into Fusion applications from your legacy. Okay, so this is also one of the saving factor for the implementation. Okay, and then OTBI, Oracle Transaction Business Intelligence. Okay, if you have basic training, maybe 2 to 3 hours of training on OTBI, that would be enough. Even a business users also can drag and drop the table columns to build a small report. They can drag the columns of the tables, and then they can build a small report on their own OTBI. Okay, and import and export feature. In case of EBS, before you build the production, you have to build a development instance or SIT or UAT or whatever you have to build. Okay, but in Fusion, you will be having only two environments, test and prod, only 2 environments. The test instance will become your CRP1 or CRP2 or development or SIT or UAT. Everything you have to run in the test instance only. Okay, once UAT is completed, you need not to manually configure the production instance. You need not to manually configure. There is a feature called export and import. So you can export from the source system, and you can import into the target system. All your setups, all your reports, whatever the report that you build, all your setups, all your configurations, everything you can export from the source and you can import into the target. What is target here? Production. We can reduce the time because of this. Not only during the implementation, in the future also, during the maintenance phase also, suppose being a developer, you build some 10 reports in the test instance. UAT is also completed. You need not to again move the files and code. You can use this feature. Using this feature, anyone can move. A functional consultant also can move. In case of EBS, you have to ask the DB team to place the files in some other path, and they has to compile the files. It's active of a group of people. But in Fusion, you're a developer. You develop some reports in test instance, and I would like to move to the production. Even a functional consultant can move using this feature. Okay, an administrator can move because we don't have access to the production instance, right? Okay, we need to request for production instance access for some time. I need production instance access for 1 day or 2 days. Again, it requires approval. Environment owner approvals are required. Again, that is also time consuming process. So an administrator can move here. There is no involvement of the developer. Suppose I'm an administrator from the client side. I can move it. I no need to take your help. And then what about the methodology that we use for the implementation? In case of EBS, we use OUM methodology. Okay, and also in EBS projects also, we started using the OUM methodology. But in Fusion, we are going to use OUM methodology, Oracle Unified Methodology, OUM. Okay, so since we are using a different methodology, the document names are going to be different. Nothing but we call BR100 in EBS, but in Fusion, we call that is MD50. Nothing but a configuration document. So what are the documents that we prepare as part of the Fusion implementations, how the documents are going to look like, and what is their naming, how it is called. That also I'll cover as part of the course. Okay, and this is a sample page of the application. So it's a web-based application. You can open from your mobile or tablet or laptop, anywhere you can open. Okay, and here, suppose if I want to perform some transaction on the receivables, suppose I want to create invoice, I can go to receivables and I can create invoice. And in case of EBS, for different operating units, you might need to switch the responsibilities. You'll be having one responsibility for one operating unit. US operating unit, one responsibility. Canada operating unit, another responsibility. You have to switch between the responsibilities. In Fusion, you need not to switch. If you go to receivables and if you click on invoice, it will clearly show you there under which operating unit you want to create invoice. You can select the operating unit and you can create invoice. So this is how the application looks for the business user. Everything is visible on the dashboard itself. They can simply navigate. So it will also reduce the training efforts. In case of EBS, you have to put a lot of time in training the users. But in Fusion, it's a web-based application. They can themselves easily train in the UAT itself, in the CRP itself. In the CRP, again, you have to give the demo, right? You have to give the demo to the application. So then and there you can train the users. The users are more familiar with these web-based applications. And there is no need to change to here and there. In case of EBS, you have to go to menu, functions, and expand it. Everything is not visible at single place. In Fusion, everything is visible at single place. They can easily navigate here and there to perform their day-to-day transactions. This is about the business users homepage. What about us? What about us? Okay. What about IT team? So IT team, look and feel us like this. So which modules you would like to configure? You would like to configure financials? You would like to configure procurement? Which module you would like to configure? You have to click on that module. And when you click on that module, let us take, if I select financials, I want to create a legal entity. See here, I can create a legal entity. And I can create a general ledger. I can define users. And I can configure payables here. So this is called as setup in maintenance. We configure all the project setups from here. So you have to select the module, insert that module, which task you want to configure. Which task you want to configure. You want to configure legal entities. So mostly our work is here itself. Mostly our work is here. So you have to select the module and you have to configure the task. Okay. And then this slide I have already covered. This slide I have already covered during my explanation itself. Okay, because adaptability is very less with the user trainings. Since it is a web-based application, adaptability is more. The application adaptability is more. Okay, and also this application can be accessed from any device. Okay, it has an attractive UI. And coming to reporting capabilities, as I said, OTBI, a small report can be built by the business users itself using OTBI. And not only that, in the transaction dashboard itself, suppose I'm trying to create a sales order. When I navigate to the sales order page, I can clearly see there what are the orders are in hold, what are the orders are in error, what are the orders are delayed. So all those details I can see in the dashboard. I can see in the dashboard like that on the transaction page itself. The users can see the data. Like in EBS, you need not to go and run the report. In Fusion, directly it will be displayed on the dashboard itself, in your transaction dashboard itself, so that you can quickly act on the orders which are in hold, or orders which are delayed by the shipment, or orders which are in errors, or orders which are pending for approval. You can act on them easily. Okay. And also reduced implementation time. Okay, I have given an example of data conversion using FBDI. Okay, like that, there are some other concepts are also there, reference data set, which will save our time. Because in case of EBS, if configuration is same for one operating unit, you have to repeat the configuration for other operating units also. But in Fusion, if the configuration is same for all the operating units, you need not to repeat. Define one time and reference that to the other operating units. That means in Fusion, there are no rollout projects. You are doing configuration only one time, and that configuration you are referring to the other operating units. But in the EBS, you have to manually define all those configurations again in other operating units in EBS. That is also one of the points to consider for the implementation time. Okay, and coming to integrations. coming to integrations, there is a concept called coexistence. What is meant by this coexistence? Oracle has got different products: Oracle Fusion applications, Oracle EBS, Oracle PeopleSoft, Oracle JD Edwards. So using this coexistence model, you can integrate easily all the Oracle products. Maintain financials in Oracle EBS, and you can maintain HRMS in PeopleSoft, and you can maintain procurement in Fusion. You can maintain procurement in Fusion. This kind of model is called as coexistence. So you're maintaining financials in EBS, you're maintaining HRMS in PeopleSoft, you're maintaining procurement in Fusion applications. That is possible with the pre-built integrations using coexistence model. Okay. And as I covered, data migration is simplified with the FBDI. Okay. So I'll also cover FBDI as well. FBDI and ADFD concepts also I'm going to cover in the training. Okay. And this is the sample phases of OUM methodology: project design phase, configuration phase, validation phase, transition phase, realization phase, and what is our responsibility and Oracle responsibility or client responsibility. Can you give me a second, please, team? So what is Oracle responsibility, what is client responsibility, and what is shared responsibility, and what happens in project design phase? Okay, kickoff meeting and one workshops, nothing but CRP phases, and then design review, and then configuration phase. You will be setting up the application and you will load the data, and the setups and the data is validated. And then transition phase, moving to the production, and then realization phase, post go live, and then sign off, closure of the project. Okay, just by looking at this slide, you can easily identify the OUM methodology phases and then our project tasks also. It's very easy to identify from this picture. Okay, and then what are the documents that we prepare? Okay, these are the list of the documents which are available. Okay, I'll cover this as well. Okay, what are the documents that will be prepared as part of the implementation? And coming to the course details, the course will be from Monday to Saturday, daily 1 hour I'll take the class. Monday to Saturday, daily 1 hour I'll take the class. And I need 70 hours to complete all these 12 modules because the subject is very lengthy. That's why I need 70 hours to complete the course. And I'll be taking the sessions from Monday to Saturday, daily 1 hour. Okay, the timings would be from morning 7 to 8 a.m. IST. Morning 7 to 8 a.m. IST. Okay, and one more thing, you'll have access to the daily videos also. You'll have access to the daily videos. In case for some reason you're not able to attend the live session, you can still watch the recordings from our website. All the class videos are get uploaded after completion of the class within 2 hours. Within 2 hours, all the class videos are get uploaded into the website. So from our website, you can play the videos and you can access our website anywhere. You are at a client location, or you are at your home, or you are at your office, or you travel to some on-site location, some foreign country. Anywhere you can access our website to watch the videos, and you will have videos access for 1 year. For 1 year, I'm giving the videos access. Okay, and then I'm going to give you the material also with the screenshots. And during the course, I'll also help you with the implementation techniques and the scenarios which I have faced and the solutions which I have given, that I'll be covering, and then latest features explanation. During the course itself, I'm going to cover, if I see some new field, that is a new feature. What is the significance of that new field? What is that new feature? I'll cover that as part of the training itself. Okay. And why you have to choose us? So this is what we are. We are into the industry from past 8 years, and we are into fusion applications. from 2015 onwards, all the trainers with us are real-time trainers. They are still working in the companies. They're doing the projects, and that knowledge they're sharing with you. It is not a bookish knowledge. We are not prepared ourselves. We have did the implementations, and that exposure we are sharing with all of you. Okay. And again, this is a slide. So once you paid, you'll have access to videos for 1 year. And within 1 year, if you wanted to attend multiple batches, you can still attend. You can still attend multiple batches within 1 year, because we are giving the flexibility, because we're all working. We never know our situation. We never know our bandwidth. So since you paid more amount today, but tomorrow you're sent to some other project, and that project is a PST project, or maybe work pressure is more in that project. Due to that, you're not able to attend the classes. You have 1 year time. Within 1 year time, any batch you can join. Otherwise, you wanted to attend multiple batches. You attended one batch. Again, you want to refresh yourself in another batch. You can still attend. So within 1 year, you can attend multiple batches. We don't stop you. Okay. As I said, you have access to the videos from our website, and I have a material which I prepared, and you can reach us from our website. If you go to our website, you can chat with us, and we are available on the Skype. We are available on the WhatsApp. Okay. You'll get better service from my team as well, in case if you find any issues with the materials or access or videos or whatever. Okay. And these are the other courses that we are offering. We are offering supply chain management, human capital management, financials, technical, manufacturing, planning central, and the Oracle integration cloud service also we are offering. So all these are the fusion courses that we are offering. And do not settle. So because you have to improve yourself, you have to upgrade your skill set. Okay, because then only we can survive in this market, because the market is also changing rapidly. So we need to mold ourselves with the market. Otherwise, we cannot survive in the IT field. Okay, so it's your turn. I'll take questions from you. I'm stopping the recording, and I'll take questions from you. Okay.